case, his obsession, his vendetta against the press. He's now gone over to London, he's lost this, and he's now potentially up for tens of millions of dollars in legal fees. And there are also reports he might get bailed out by Elton John.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, Danica. It's really, he used to have the Bank of England and now he's got the Bank of Elton. But, I've reported Elton is actually quite upset with Harry.
There is a story circulating right now that the British royal family needs to pay very close attention to. And so does Prince Harry. Because what is being revealed this week is not just gossip. It is not just tabloid noise. It is a roadmap. A carefully constructed, methodically planned roadmap that leads straight to the most explosive royal autobiography the world has ever seen. And the woman behind it has been building
Harry,
it
for several reasons. Number one, Harry needs a lot of money for Invictus. The only reason he
quietly for years. Let us start with what we actually know. Meghan Markle has been secretly recording her autobiography on her iPhone in voice notes for years, including, according to sources cited by royal commentators this week, during the time she was still a working member of the British royal family. Every dinner, every conversation, every moment of tension inside the palace walls, recorded, stored, waiting, and the person allegedly coordinating the rollout of this project?
It's also making people call for him to get his titles removed. The Times of London also did an op-ed where they said he should not be representing at all regarding England.
Oprah Winfrey. Now, before we get into all of it, and there is a lot to get into, let me frame this properly. Because this week a very strange thing happened in the British press. The Daily Mail, which had just published a devastating exposé revealing that virtually all of Hollywood has turned on Meghan Markle, that Netflix insiders cannot stand her, that Lauren Sanchez describes her as trash, that Nicola Avant has been saying privately she hates her. That same newspaper then published a second piece. A piece that reads like it was written by Harry and Meghan's own press team. Briefed directly by the Sussex camp. Designed to counter the damage from the first story. Same newspaper. 1 week apart. Two completely contradictory narratives about the same woman. And buried inside that second piece, hidden between the flattery and the spin, is the real story. The one that should make Prince Harry very, very nervous. The piece, written by a reporter named Dominique Hines, claims that Meghan is not finished.
A debacle from the beginning. So this meeting was in private. It's the first reunion in 4 years. I'd be worried if they didn't have some sort of ulterior device.
That she is not out of favor in Hollywood. That she has a powerful network of influential women quietly working behind the scenes to shape her comeback. And that the prize they are all quietly aligned around is Meghan's autobiography. The list of names put forward as Meghan's inner circle is interesting. Oprah Winfrey. Shonda Rhimes, the producer behind Bridgerton and Grey's Anatomy, one of Netflix's most important creative partners. Melody Hobson, chief executive of Ariel Investments, former chair of Starbucks, married to George Lucas. Gayle King, the television personality. Tyler Perry, the filmmaker. Nicole Avant, diplomat and wife of Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos. And Doria Ragland, Meghan's own mother. Now, royal commentator P. Diner, who has been following this story closely, pointed out something important about that list. Look at it again. Every single person named as a Meghan supporter in this article is black. Not one white ally is mentioned. And that, she argues, is not a coincidence. That is a calculated framing. An attempt to wrap Meghan's comeback narrative in the language of racial solidarity. To suggest that criticizing Meghan is the same as attacking Black Hollywood. P. Diner was direct about it. She said these women are not in Meghan's camp. They do not want to be associated with her. But they are not going to publicly push back because that goes against what she called Black Girl Code. They want to appear kind. They want to appear supportive. But behind closed doors, the reality is very different. And the article itself accidentally confirms this. The same piece that claims Nicole Avant is a close ally of Meghan's also has to quietly acknowledge that there have been reports, from the Daily Mail's own reporter Alison Boshoff just 1 week earlier, that Nicole Avant has been saying she cannot stand Meghan. The article tries to spin this as a misread noise. But it was in their own newspaper. It was sourced. And it was devastating. So what is actually going on here? Why publish a flattering pro-Meghan piece that directly contradicts your own reporting from 7 days ago? The answer, according to media insiders who understand how this works, is simple. The Sussex camp leaked the second story themselves. They fed it to Dominique Hines. They needed a counter-narrative after the Hollywood backlash story went global. And they got one. The problem is that in trying to spin their way out of trouble, they accidentally revealed the one thing they probably wanted to keep secret for a little longer. The autobiography. Let us talk about what that autobiography actually means. Because this is where it gets serious. Meghan has reportedly been recording voice notes for years. Years. Think about the timeline. She arrived in the royal family in 2017. She married Harry in 2018. The period between then and Megxit in 2020 was, by her own account, one of the most difficult of her life. The Oprah interview. The allegations of racism. The mental health disclosures. The claims about conversations regarding Archie's skin color. All of that came later, in interviews, in the Netflix documentary, in Harry's memoir Spare. But an autobiography is different. An autobiography is Meghan's voice, in Meghan's words, with Meghan's documentation, on Meghan's terms. And if those voice notes go back to when she was still inside the palace, still attending royal engagements, still sitting in family meetings, still present at private dinners, then what is in them could be unlike anything we have seen before. Royal commentators watching this story have used one word repeatedly this week. Threat. That is what this autobiography represents. A threat to William. A threat to Charles. A threat to Kate. A threat to the institution of the British monarchy itself. And here is the part that people are only beginning to say out loud, it is also a threat to Harry. Because Harry is in those voice notes too. This is the detail that seems to have escaped most of the coverage. When Meghan records her memories, her observations, her version of events, Harry is in the room. Harry is in the conversation. Harry's words, Harry's behavior, Harry's private moments are all potentially part of that record. And if Meghan and Harry's relationship ever reaches a breaking point, and the rumors about the state of their marriage have been running for months, those voice notes do not disappear. They belong to Meghan. Not to Harry. One commentator put it plainly this week. She has been taking notes about this marriage for years. And the minute Harry decides he wants a different life, the minute he takes a step back toward his family in Britain, that is exactly when the risk to his own reputation becomes very real. Harry does not seem to understand this. Or if he does, he has chosen not to think about it too carefully. Now let us come back to Oprah. Because Oprah's role in all of this is more significant than most people have acknowledged. According to the reporting this week, Oprah and Meghan live minutes apart in Montecito. They see each other regularly. Oprah sends fruit from her own garden to Meghan's children. She gives gifts at Christmas, Easter, birthdays. And her influence, according to sources, extends into Meghan's social calendar, shaping where she appears and, just as importantly, where she does not. It was reportedly Oprah who encouraged Meghan and Harry to attend Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party at Jeff Bezos' Beverly Hills mansion. The goal, insiders say, was for Meghan to network with major power players including Bezos himself. After the event, however, the couple reportedly asked for photos to be removed from Kim Kardashian and Jenner's social media, citing sensitivity around Remembrance Day in Britain. But according to sources close to the situation, the real reason was different. The Sussexes, even while attending a celebrity party at a billionaire's house, still want to be perceived as above the celebrity world. They want the access without the optics. Think about what that means. You attend the party. You work the room. You network with the billionaires. And then you ask for the photos to disappear because you do not want to look like the kind of people who attend parties and network with billionaires. That is not strategic thinking. That is delusion with a publicist attached. And then there is the Bezos wedding in Venice. The article claims the Sussexes were invited but chose not to attend, not because of any falling out, but because they were worried about being called opportunists. This claim has been met with significant skepticism by people who know how Hollywood actually works. Lauren Sanchez has reportedly described Meghan in terms that are not printable in a family publication. The idea that the Sussexes were warmly invited and simply chose to decline out of principled restraint does not align with what has been reported elsewhere. Let us also talk about Shonda Rhimes. The article positions her as a quiet but powerful Meghan ally, someone whose support matters not in a visible sense but in terms of positioning within the Netflix ecosystem. This is where the reporting becomes genuinely revealing. Because if Nicola Avant is still in contact with Meghan, and Shonda Rhimes is still in the same professional circle, and the autobiography is going to be packaged alongside a major Netflix series, then what we are looking at is not a Hollywood comeback. It is a coordinated content strategy designed to extract maximum commercial value from Meghan's version of the royal story. And the timing is not accidental. Harry's security battle with the British government is in the headlines. His relationship with William is visibly broken. His father is battling cancer. The Sussex brand is at its lowest point in years. And right now, right at this moment, Meghan is sitting on what may be the most commercially valuable piece of content in the entertainment world. Her autobiography. Her words. Her receipts. The royal family has faced many challenges. Abdications. Divorces. Scandals. Deaths. But a memoir of this scale, sourced from years of private voice recordings, backed by Oprah Winfrey, packaged as a Netflix series, released at a moment of maximum royal vulnerability, is something the institution has never had to deal with before. And here is the quiet irony that hangs over all of it. The Daily Mail, which broke the original story about Hollywood turning on Meghan, then ran the piece designed to rehabilitate her image. 2 stories. 2 agendas. And somewhere in the middle of that contradiction is the truth, that Meghan Markle is not finished. That she is not quietly retreating to Montecito to tend her garden and sell her lavender honey. That she has a plan. And that plan has been in development, voice note by voice note, for a very long time. The autobiography is coming. The only questions left are when, what is in it, and who gets damaged most when it lands. The royals have been warned. Harry has been warned. Whether either of them is listening is another question entirely. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is Meghan's autobiography the most dangerous threat the royal family has ever faced? And do you think Harry has any idea what is coming? Hit subscribe, because when this story breaks wide open, you are going to want to be here.